Howdy doody everybody, my name is KevGuuey and welcome back to Sorcery Jokers. I left out in pursuit of the sweet nectar I desired and was met with a sight I almost couldn't believe. People had been mowed down like trees after a typhoon. I realized from a single glance at their equipment that they were Burst Squad members. Can't imagine some anti-magic amateur took out all these armed Burst officers. I see, so you're involved. The figure retreating from the scene matched Edo's description of the mysterious hood. I don't think you're getting away. Ooh. I wasn't surprised the Burst officers who rushed to the scene misunderstood. The perpetrator had already rounded the corner and fled, leaving me the only one visible at the scene. If I listened to the squad members' warnings, I'd lose sight of the hood. I waited for his submachine gun to point my way and pulled out my handgun as I turned around. Ooh. Who's gonna do it first? Bullet hit just where I'd aimed it, at the gun barrel, forcing the officer to drop his weapon. It was a complete fluke. I'm not confident enough to believe I'd actually hit such a small target. As long as I grazed him somewhere, anywhere would have, done. Being grazed with a bullet hurt as much as being struck with a whip. Hitting his gun caused him even more pain. It was bad enough to make even a trained professional like him drop his readied gun. You guys risk your lives doing this job, don't hesitate. I'd braced myself lightly and used the recoil to change my course, pursuing the hood without losing any time. As the squad members ran about, I noticed out of the corner of my eye a lightly armed man who didn't seem to fit in with the rest. Oh. Uh-oh. Zamabuki. Yes, they're pros. They've trained their minds and bodies, polished their skills, and earned their money doing dangerous work. Their physical ability is nothing to sneeze at, as they are pursuing me doggedly. What's most troublesome is that this is their job, and now I'm a vicious criminal who's laid a hand on their comrades. If you hate someone enough that you want to kill them, you might make judgments outside of strict protocol. These guys will be tough. I slowed my pace, brought the object in my right hand to my mouth, bit down, and threw it. We grabbed the grenade. Those near cover dove for it, and those in the middle of the street leapt away from me. Those were the correct actions taken in response to a hand grenade being thrown at them. I was pleased they'd taken those actions. They'd responded exactly as I hoped. If one of them had sacrificed himself covering it with his helmet, he'd find out right away that I'd thrown only an empty can of RED elephant. But I hadn't needed to worry about that. I spit out the pull tab still on my tongue. They fell for the amateurish idea of pulling out the safety pin with their teeth. I suppose, but that could chip them. It's not really realistic. Now that I'd gained some distance, I decided I'd use that advantage to make my escape. The hood popped its head out from cover to glance around, then hid away again. What did that movement mean? Losing me after such a late start should have been trivial. I thought pursuing the hood would be difficult, but there it was, right around the corner. As it showed me a safe route to tell me where to run to escape Burst reinforcements. I'll take it. Of course, it could have been a trap, but I didn't care. I followed my curiosity. It was clear to me which I should prioritize between following the hood and getting away from the area. In the same way a lion maintains a perfect distance while hunting a zebra. The hood kept a safe distance from me, using its sharp instincts to evade Burst reinforcements. It comes out here. I fled the scene by chasing the hood, following its perfect escape route. It disappeared. In the end, it had helped me out, but I felt like it had toyed with me. The hood definitely existed, but it was untouchable, like mist. Why did it lay its hands on Burst back there? I can think of it, a few reasons, but they're just theories for now. I got something out of it, but that's it. I nicked a proper ring from one of the collapsed Burst officers, one actually granted by the government. It'll probably come in handy for something. The ring Commandante intends to give me is probably one of the counterfeits, so it'll be different than the Burst officers. Huh.
いいでしょう。途中で切れていますが、この内容なら条件は満たしています。ご苦労様でした。
It sure was. Handed over the recording I'd captured, and just like that, Kamadate took out the ring she'd promised me. You were quick to hand that over. I thought you'd find an excuse to hold out on me.
偽物ですから。
Well, thanks. That's gotta be a joke. It's exactly the same as the ring Agaho is wearing. More than just its looks or its functions, I was able to tell quite clearly by putting it onto my own wrist. This is definitely one of the rings making their way around the local outcast. All that risk paid off.
判断が早いですね。こちらの方こそ難癖をつけてくると思っていました。あれ、外すんですか?
Yeah, for now. I'm interested in the information I can obtain by wearing the real thing, but I have no intention of relying on the ring itself.
リングをどこで手に入れたか聞かないんですか?
Nope. Since you brought it up yourself, I'm sure you're not going to tell me and you wouldn't squeal if I tried to force it out of you.
交渉材料があれば別ですよ。正直に言って私が知っている情報はゼロに等しいですが。
Oh. I know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be pestering me. Ah, that reminds me. I didn't see that conspiracy mark you were talking about anywhere at that rally.
ああ、気づきましたか。
Maybe she thought there was something strange about how I specified at the rally. Kamadate looked a little pleased. So there is this fancy seal on the inside of the ring, isn't there? Kamadate didn't tell me anything, but I couldn't completely ignore this talk of conspiracy anymore. Marks are engraved on the rings illegally circulating, and the one I expect spread them around the hood has been present at the site of every incident around town. If there is some large-scale conspiracy or plot behind these incidents like Kamadate claims, then it's easier to imagine what this phantom hood might have to do with them. This woman? Is she trying to draw me into her plans without me realizing it?
とにかく捕まらなかったようで何よりです。私は集会内容をまとめたいのでこれで。
Kamadate, sensing that we'd reached the end of our conversation, told me she'd be leaving, but something in her words made me realize her guard was down. Wait. You were the one who leaked the information after all, weren't you?
何の話ですか?
Who did you think I was going to get nabbed by? You didn't send me in there thinking I was incompetent enough to be captured by the anti-magic faction, did you? The condescending way I'd spoken to Kamadate as if I'd gone through so much trouble was my trap. I hadn't told her the real reason the recording cut off in the middle. That burst had intervened.
Senri さん、何が言いたいのか簡潔にお願いします。
Oh, nothing really, just that it seems like you know exactly what happened.
やれやれ。表変するアウトキャスト。卑劣な脅しに屈した美人記者のサービスシーンを大公開。かっこ定期購読者限定と。
No silly smoke screens. You weren't really after the details of their little meeting.
お見通しのようですね。答えは想像している通りですが。あえて言うなら、そこまで気づくことを含めて狙いでした。
I'm not after a give and take relationship here. Kamadate smiled. It wasn't a wicked smile, but it was a smile that knew wickedness. The smile of someone who had been immersed completely in a world where you couldn't get by with just platitudes and had still found a reason to keep striving forward.
そう言わず、末永くビジネスパートナーとしてお付き合いください。またお願いします。
What do I get out of it? It was like the feeling of solving the last piece of a puzzle ring. First is a unit that deals with magical crime. No matter how many regular people got together, they wouldn't be able to stand up against that kind of firepower. They probably also worked to some extent to prevent magical crime, but it just didn't make sense for them to raid a simple gathering of unarmed anti-magic sympathizers. It was Kamadate. Kamadate sniffed out some magic crime and got Burst to take action. That she'd do all that just to put a single man to the test, me, was a hell of an unfunny joke. She's a tricky one. If I hadn't been able to get out of there, she would have deemed me useless, thrown me away, and gotten away with not handing over that ring of hers too. Now that Kamadate's acknowledged me, the next time she comes to me with something, it might be worthwhile. Tempted by fate, a coincidence occurred. Even Kamadate hadn't anticipated the hood intervening, and yet her actions had led to our meeting. Tricky ones are exactly what I need. I can use Kamadate. People who are tough like her, merciless like her, are all the more worthwhile to use. An unusual person I can say I'm interested in after so many days of having no impressions. That was my final judgment of her. Oh. Okay. Huh. Well, I'm gonna end the episode here, everybody. We will go to Fiona's route now. Huh. Interesting. That's like really early in the day. I mean, that's noon, so... Huh. I'm very curious now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, then please slime that like button and subscribe down below for more awesome videos. Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode, and you will hear me in the next one. Goodbye!